What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. Now today we're going to be doing our predicted starting lineups for the Finland games first, or the Bulgaria games first, and then we're also going to do score predictions for both games as well. So we'll just jump straight ahead and go into it. I'm going to start off with the keeper. I'm going with Darren Randolph, I presume.
I think I'm going to go Paddy Kenny. No. I think everyone's going to say Darren Randolph. I mean, he's been a cracking player for us over the years.
Yeah.
And there's no way he's going to change that, I think.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw Kenny's kids on Twitter did go for Travers. There was a possibility that Stephen Kenny might try give some of his younger players kind of a dig out. So if their club see them playing important international games, they might get more of a look in for next season. But I think the majority of us would go with Randolph.
I think Randolph as well. He doesn't play every week for his club, so the more football he gets, the better. I think as well.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I think Randolph is the right choice.
I definitely think Randolph. I think there's only really one pick, which would be Randolph. He's
Yeah.
made huge saves for us over the
Absolutely. I can't remember a bad game he's ever had in Irish shirt. I
No.
would say he's always been a real rival. Watch him go out and make a fucking absolute howler on.
Yeah.
He's never made a mistake for so long.
Especially with the Slovakia game, not too far away. You want him with two solid games under his belt.
Hopefully 2 clean sheets. Jumping into the back four, I think everyone's going to go with a 4-3-3, 4-5-1, 4-2-3-1 kind of variation, because of Stephen Kenny's squad that he picked and some of the comments he's made. So I'm going to start off with my back four. I've gone with Matt Doherty at right back. I was tempted to go with Seamus Coleman, as I prefer Seamus Coleman in a back four, but from the unpredicted, I think that Doherty will play. But even though I do think that he could be suspect in a back four, in centre defence, Duffy and Egan, I think that's a no-brainer. And that left back end of Stevens. Also, maybe Darragh O'Shea could get a look in for one of the games potentially, but I think that's the back four he'll go with.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I think Doherty kind of have to play him. He's just had to get in his big move to Spurs. Had a crack season, probably one of the best right backs in the Prem at the minute. I do like Coleman a lot. Great serving over the years, and a captain and everything. But it's got to be Doherty. I think it's time to kind of push him out. I would have preferably seen a back five. I would have preferred that, but it doesn't look likely. So I think Doherty's going to be in there for me. So
yeah, there was probably the biggest question mark before the game. It probably put the team out Thursday afternoon. Does he go with Doherty or Coleman? I'd imagine Doherty would be more of an attacking threat, and playing a team against Bulgaria, you'd like to see us playing as attacking as possible. We all remember Doherty's equaliser last November against Denmark, especially after that big money move to Spurs. I'd imagine he'd go with Doherty. I watched Duffy play 45 minutes against Chelsea on Saturday. Looked pretty solid. Although there's talk of him leaving Brighton. Egan, other centre back, and Stevens, left back. So I think we're all agreed there.
Well, I think he'll go Coleman right back, but obviously I'd love to see Doherty actually play in his position.
Yeah.
I think he'll either go with Coleman right back. I could see Kenny putting Coleman in centre half for some reason if he wants to put them both in the team.
who would you take out, Duffy or Egan?
I think he'll take Egan out.
Really,
I'd be more.
I think Egan had it. But it's so hard to rest Duffy. Like, he's another player that's barely had a bad game.
Yeah.
Where Egan had such a important last few games for Sheffield, scoring some important goals. Scored a great goal versus Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. So I'd probably disagree with you there, but I think most of us would agree on the back four.
I do think though, if he's to play Coleman right back, he doesn't have the legs as much as Doherty does. Whereas for me, Egan and Duffy are kind of similar defenders. That's why you might put Coleman in. So we'll wait and see anyway.
Yeah.
They're going on to the midfield then. Personally, given my first prediction, I think he'll play actually Doherty right wing. I don't know, because it gives more attacking.
Just kind of 4-5-1, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4-5-1 or 4-2-3-1 or whatever. Yeah. I think Doherty will be on the right. I think it's a weird shout, but I think Molumby's definitely going to be in there. Him and Molumby seem to get on really well. He was under 21 captain.
Yeah.
He's not gonna, and I'm pretty sure there's been he wants the under 21s to qualify for their first ever tournament. So he wouldn't be taking the captain out and not putting him in straight away.
Yeah.
So I think Molumby will be in the midfield with probably Hourihane and Hendrick. but I'd like Brown to be in there. I think I'd like Brown to be in there ahead of Hendrick, because I think Hendrick's kind of coming to the end of his career and he hasn't really done it for Ireland in a long time.
Yeah.
And then I'd say it'd be McLean.
McLean on the left. Interesting.
What are you thinking?
I went 4-3-3, so I went with Molumby kind of holding, and then in front of him Hendrick and Arthur, as the two in front of him. Hourihane obviously has a shout as well, but just from the way he's been speaking, I think maybe Hendrick and Arthur have the edge potentially.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thoughts, but I think he'll start Hourihane. I like Harry Arthur a lot, but he hasn't played for Ireland in a long time. I can't see him. Has he? Yeah. I just don't know how much I can see him changing that midfield as like quickly. It depends. Like I think Molumby's definitely going to be in there. I think Howard's going to be in there, and I can see him playing Hendrick as well.
Yeah.
Just because he needs someone kind of pressing the ball a bit more. I don't really rate Hendrick that much. I kind of want to see him kind of pushing him out a bit, but I don't know. He's a bit more attacking than the other two. I think he will play those three.
Yeah, I'd similar enough. Hendrick on the right, Molumby in the middle, and Brady on the left. Playing that hold and central midfield role. Could go with Molumby or Hourihane. I thought Hourihane had a great qualifying campaign for us under Mick McCarthy last year. But I'd imagine he'd go with Molumby. Really rates Molumby and Hendrick on the right. Obviously after completing the move to Newcastle. I'd agree he hasn't done for Ireland in a long time, but I think he will go with him. There's a lot of experience playing for Ireland.
That's the thing, yeah.
So hopefully, possibly his last shot at getting Ireland to a major tournament now over the next month or two. Coming to the end of his
Brady's
Ireland career, possibly. Brady on the left. Obviously, hasn't played.
Yeah. Does he have the legs? Does he have the legs to be in the midfield three kind of thing? I don't know.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if Hourihane or Arthur could play out wide.
If Brady was fit and playing his best football, I think he'd kind of be a no-brainer for a team like this.
Yeah.
I think he'd be definitely one of the first names on the shoes.
Nearly 2 years.
I just think he's not ready for it at the minute. Like throwing him into a game like that away from home.
Is he match fit even? You wouldn't even know.
That's down to Kenny. Like he'll obviously make that call when he sees.
See, I was trying with playing McLean at the left, but I have him in the front three. So I had Brady left wing. But like it could be 10 variations. We just don't know until Thursday, I suppose.
Do you want to finish off your front three while you're at it?
Yeah, McLean on the left, Idah playing the central striker role, and Callum O'Dowda on right wing. We know, I think Stephen Kenny said in the press conference that he will play with a central lone striker. Obviously Parrott's out injured, or he's still a doubt, and McGoldrick's not going to play against Bulgaria. I had McLean on the left wing. I think I do rate McLean similar to Hendrick and Brady. Kind of, you could argue he hasn't done for Ireland in a little while. I thought he did have a good qualifying campaign the back end of last year. Put in that huge cross for Doherty's equaliser. And then O'Dowda right wing, possibly a wild card shout, but I do rate O'Dowda as well. So
I really like O'Dowda as well.
I don't think he was playing much for Bristol towards the end of the season.
I think he's a good lad to have on the bench, but I don't think I'd start him myself. In my front three, I was going to say, I think I said Robinson, Connolly on one side of the wing, and then up top I'd have Shane Long. But it's hard to know because he hasn't really had Long before, but he's played with Idah, he's used Idah so much, he knows what he's about and stuff, but Long just had so much more game time under his belt this season, Premier League football. Obviously not getting that many goals, but I just think that front three could really hurt a team. It's got the quality on the wings. Obviously, ideally I'd like to see a back five and with Doherty and Stevens then pushing up, because I think they're actually two of our more creative players.
Definitely.
And a front two then of something like McGoldrick and something. Obviously McGoldrick's not fit for the both games, right? He's fit for the Finland game or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I think that front three could actually really hurt a team, especially a team like Bulgaria, like pace like that and Premier League quality. Like, and obviously Robinson was on loan at West Brom, but they got promoted anyway, and then he's back to Sheffield now. So, I think that's my front three anyway.
Well, I was going for a 4-5-1. So I was just saying, I think I have a weird feeling he'll play Idah, but I'd rather see Long up there because I just think he has more experience of bigger games and whatnot, and I just think Long still has a lot to give for Ireland. I think.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, did Idah start 2 games in the Premier League or something
Like
at the tail end when they were already relegated? Like,
But he has a weird thing for Idah.
yeah, he does like
He
Idah a
loves
lot. I mean, I like Idah a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's the future, like probably our future striker. Like, I'm going to be our main man. So
Scored a beautiful goal for Norwich at the weekend in a pre-season friendly. Yeah.
And I say he's going to be one of the main men for Norwich this season.
In the
Stuff,
Championship,
but yeah, I think Shane Long, Premier League, Ireland experience, obviously hasn't really happened to him in an Ireland shirt in a while, but he didn't really get much of a chance in McCarthy. I think he just really liked McGoldrick and stuff. So I think Shane Long is who I'd play up front anyway. I think, but yeah, that's me.
I was thinking of McLean because McLean did, in all fairness, he had a good end to the season with Stoke under Michael O'Neill, as they kind of were safe from relegation for the last few games. But I have gone with Callum Robinson on the right hand side, Aaron Connolly on the left, kind of cutting in, and Adam Idah up front as well. I think he'll give him a go. I think it's a Nations League game. I think it's I think obviously Shane Long is a good shout for an away game. You can always rely on Shane Long to prove himself about and
give them hell at the back,
but,
and not let them get a minute. Like you know, not take to get the home team into a flow or anything like that. I think Shane Long's very good for that kind of stuff.
Physical player.
Yeah.
The way he's been speaking about Idah.
Yeah, he definitely loves Idah, and I think personally think he is more likely to play him, but at the same time I kind of want him to play Shane Long, so that's why I put him down more than anything. Like,
I definitely think Idah has more of a chance getting in the senior setup than Parrott. I just feel he's better. Like he's much more along the development stage. Right now, definitely along that.
Twice the size of him, if anything.
You know what I mean? So, and he's more game time and more experience. So
for right now, Idah looks more ready for his step up. But we'll do some predictions for both games, starting off with Bulgaria. I think you have a few stats there.
Just a few notes about Bulgaria. They've 1 win in their last 5. Obviously, no international team has played since almost last winter. Almost. They lost 6-0 to England last November. I think that was a qualifying game. James McCarthy is a doubt. Troy Parrott is a doubt. We'll see how that goes until Thursday. But they're both still. McCarthy's travelling, but Parrott returned to Millwall. So Darragh O'Shea and Sean Maguire were recalled into the panel. So I score prediction wise, I think we will keep a clean sheet and hopefully win 2-0. Idah with 1 and
the goal scores as well.
Yeah, possibly. We'll go Idah with 2. And a 2-0 win. I don't think Bulgaria offer much going forward, and I really hope that I really hope that we just really approach the game in I think we will positive forward attack and play and really get in behind Bulgaria with the pace we have and kind of hurt them.
Yeah, in terms of predictions, it's hard to know because a team like Bulgaria, you kind of want to hope that we're going to play a bit of football and kind of control the game, but I haven't seen Ireland do that in a long time. Like, and even the games against was it Faroe Islands that we played in the qualifiers, Gibraltar, and we barely had control of that game.
1-0,
and
Georgia plays at the park nearly.
I think you have to can't be like naive about it either. If he goes in just tries to play football, now a team like this could just like at home dig in and grind a result against us. So I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I think it might take us a bit of a time to wake up and hopefully maybe a 2-1, 3-1 win. I think in terms of subs and stuff, I do think both Idah and Long will both play. I think Maguire might struggle to get a look in. He's obviously only been called up late. And then midfield, I think definitely Hendrick, Hourihane, Arthur and Molumby will all feature.
Yeah, you'd imagine. Yeah,
and could possibly. Who's the other midfielder? Is it Alan Brown? Alan Brown could definitely get looking. I doubt there's another one off the bench. I'd like to see him come on, maybe do the damage if we're not creating enough. But or McLean as well. Yeah. So yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'd like to think that we will keep a clean sheet. I mean, the back 5, as we said, is probably our most set and settled part of the side. So you'd like to think maybe with Molumby sitting or something like that we could keep a clean sheet in this game. I'd probably agree with Soco. I'd like to think we get 2. So I would say 2-0. 2-0.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I think it'll be Probably 2-0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. I just think that the players will be out there to impress Stephen Kenny and kind of make their name for first out of the hat onto the team sheet for the future games. So can't really go wrong. I think it's going to be 2-0.
Moving on to the Finland game, then I'd like to think we'd score a few at home, but I think Pukki might nick one, so I'll probably go 3-1 maybe.
Yeah, I definitely think Finland poses a threat there with Pukki. I think they have another lad, might be at Celtic or something like that, I'm not sure.
But Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers, that's it, I don't think it was that. I think Finland definitely could see Pukki nicking one, like he's such a great striker and stuff.
As well, maybe.
Yeah, and especially at home, we might get a bit more confidence, start playing out and then get caught out and stuff. But we do have a very solid back line, and like if we kept 2 clean sheets, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you know, it's Premier League defence goalkeeper. Obviously, he doesn't play that much for Sam, but he's a Premier League goalkeeper at the end of the day. I think we'll beat Finland at home as well. Hopefully 2-0, maybe even 3. Yeah. Depends. It does depend how the strikers and the wingers link up. I mean, he could play with 4-5-1. They'd be further back and stuff, and he might not play as attacking. But you'd like to think playing it seems like this, we kind of push up a bit and really stick it to them and kind of press on and play a bit of football. But yeah, that's me.
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Ireland win. I just feel like he might be experimenting as well for the Slovakia game. Kind of just see what his best 11 is, kind of stuff like that. Are the players even match fit coming back? You know what I mean? Because they've had a lot of games recently. They've kind of took a little break, haven't had much of a pre-season, and then they're thrown back into international. So I'm going to go for a 2-1.
I'd probably go 2-1, possibly 3-1. Obviously, Pukki up front for Finland is a big threat. But I'd like to see us put in a really good performance. Our last competitive game before the all-important Slovakia game. Hopefully maybe Long and Idah with 1 each. But I think the results is important, but me personally, you'd just like to see the performance. Even if it turns out a draw, if it's a really positive performance, the mood will be positive going into the Slovakia game. So 3-1, go on. Probably.
It's definitely a new age of Irish football, though, which seems very bright. So
it's actually just a shame we didn't have the likes of Wes Hourihane and stuff. That's the 4-2-3-1 with Hourihane in the middle would have been unbelievable. It was so good to see, because that is the formation he wants to play. But I know he doesn't have the player to kind of drop into that team. Possibly Jack Byrne. I'm wondering if he didn't call him up because of that Rovers Bows game on Saturday.
And I'd say the Europa League and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe because maybe his respect for the League of Ireland and stuff, he just didn't want to do it.
Bradley about it, yeah.
Especially because if you called him up and then didn't use him,
that's the thing.
That's just it's out of order. I mean, that punches them for the Europa League and for that game as well.
Yeah, I'd say there was a discussion with Bradley definitely, and he said that he might only come on as a sub in one of the games or something like that, and there's no real point in taking him out of the biggest game in the league season.
He's been part of that league for years. Like another manager we compared to, who said. I think he did it before. He called him out for a Bows game before, Bows and Rovers, and like that game was huge. And I think Kenny's a lot of respect for the league and stuff, and knows that. It's disappointing he didn't call any League of Ireland players up.
Funny you mentioned Wes Hourihane, where what age did he get his international debut? He was pretty late.
Very late.
28, 29.
Yeah, 28, 29. Where during the week Kenny said that kind of referenced the new era of Irish football. He said that no one really came through in the last 8 or 9 years, bar maybe 1 or 2, but now 5 of the under 21 squad has been called up.
It's good to see.
So I think that's the
rather than going to looking for players that might play for England and stuff and getting them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
playing players that have been playing with our youth system and stuff. It's promising. It's like a bright future, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all looking good. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully. So we have fingers crossed for 2 wins from 2. Coming up this week. Let us know your score predictions down in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it down below as well. Make sure to subscribe as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in a bit.
I was talking about subs and I was like, I basically just named the whole bench. I was like, he could come on. Yeah.